Are North Indians bringing more hate to India compared to rest of Indians? Let's explore. And guys, this video is not about who's superior, who's inferior. This is not about dividing India. And this is a genuine concern because we have great potential. We have good work ethics. We are hardworking people. We have high tolerance rates. But still, like those golden opportunities which should come for us is basically we're going to lose it. And that's because of very small percentage of people who's creating things and putting India in a very bad light. And that is actually creating a lot of hate and which is causing us to lose opportunities for all rest of the Indians. Let's look at all of those things. Welcome to askraghulan. And before I get started, guys, if you're going to protest my view, if you think that, okay, what I'm saying is not right, what I'm saying is wrong, I'm not saying I'm 100% right. I might be wrong. So protest in a way that everyone can participate. Everyone can learn from each other. If you throw hate, someone is going to throw hate. And I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to delete those comments. And then also Hindi is not the national language. So keep your conversation in English. Not everyone speaks Hindi. So that everyone can participate. So all the Hindi comments will be deleted. So keep the comments polite so that we can learn from each other. And my genuine concern for this video is basically India's image should be different. It should be better. Not in the current way what it is right now. Right now, if you look at the most hated country in the world, I think Israel gets a lot of hate for the fight and war and whatnot. But for doing nothing, India doesn't actually invade any country. We don't go and conquer. We don't take someone's land. And we don't actually unnecessarily fight or do anything. We even, whenever there's two countries fighting, we stand in the middle and we try to be fair. During COVID times, all the rich countries not going to supply COVID vaccines to poor countries, where India stood there and supported and gave free. And even with Bangladesh, who hated India openly, chasing Hindus out and stuff like that, still India gave them grains. India supported Sri Lanka, where Sri Lanka gave their ports to China. Still India went and supported them in their tough time, where everyone is taking advantage of people's tough time, country's tough time, where India stood there without taking an advantage of it. So we have so many good things, but instead those things are not getting popular. No, people are not actually giving credit to India. Instead, we get so much of hate. And that is only a small percentage of people who post videos which defames India and gets all the hate. You look at the videos and then you see comments such as delete India, deport India, it's a deodorant, third world country, hygiene is illegal in India, low civic sense, they're illiterates and all of these things. And you see lakhs and lakhs of people liked on those comments. And you can say overall, it could be like from Pakistan, ISI or China or other countries who's like rigging these ones. There could be some synthetic hate. But apart from that, there is a genuine hate and you can't really brush aside that. And you have to agree to it. Only then we will look into a solution. Only if you accept there is a problem, only after we acknowledge it, we're going to look for a solution. So let's look for solution. Let's look at the problem and then look for a solution. I'm going to give a list of things that is basically bringing a lot of hate to India. And then you can Google all of these things. I'll add some of these videos as well. And then you can see the comment section. So people comment from literally from different countries, not from just Pakistan or anything, from different countries, verified profiles, they show hate towards India. So first thing is like cow dung recipes. Please guys, don't post those things. Most of the Indians don't try those shit, dried or cow shit or anything like that. We don't drink cow piss or all that. If you like it, if you consider it as divine, it's healthy, doesn't matter. You keep it to yourself. Don't need to come to Instagram to showcase it. The rest of the world look at us like a clowns. Look at us like very, very barbaric, primitive species. Don't do that. And also I've seen videos where they fry it and they, shit man, seriously, so much of recipes with cow dung. No, don't do that. And next is like scam capital. So guys, India should be ranking as the best space agency. Imagine NASA with so much of funding and so much of brilliant minds and in a country where there is a industry to support space program, they are still not profitable. ISRO with none of these things, with a very low funding, we are the only profitable space agency and a government agency, which in none of the other countries were able to do it. That is the things that, we should be ranking, not next to Nigeria being most number of scammers. So right now there are scam call centers running in Bengal, Gujarat and all of these places in North India, which is basically people are aware of it. Still no one worries about it. Technically there is like 100 people in each of these call centers calling all foreign countries and say with all Indian accent, now let's say I'm going to scam you, and what image is India is going to get after that? And what if people are going to lose money, they're going to remember it for the whole life. They're going to fight, they're going to hate India for the whole life. And each call that they make, each successful scam that they do, they're going to bring like a perpetual hate. Sorry, I'm going to say perpetual hate. The person who loses money, who's going to tell their neighbors, friends, their kids, saying that don't be with Indians, don't talk to Indians, they are scammers, they are cheap and all of these things. Word of mouth is the world's best marketing, guys. Remember, a company can try and promote, like say even for selling iPhones, people can spend millions and millions of dollars. But a company with which has got a very good word of mouth and a goodwill can actually sell without even a marketing. The next thing is like harassing foreigners. There is like 2 videos I saw in the last week. So one is a girl harassing a foreigner, and that guy is like running away from her and looking at her so disgustingly, but that girl going behind him and trying to do a reel or something like that. Then there was a Russian girl, and this Indian guy is like trying to take a reel and trying to touch your feet. What sort of simp behavior is that, guys? Like, what makes you feel they are superior and you are inferior? Please don't do that. If you feel inferior, just keep it to yourself. And because sometimes what happens is these reels that you posted, it represent, people look at it as if like this is whole of India. No, guys, this is not whole of India. But again, you're making it look like that. And then the scams, not just with the call centers, from IPL, milk, paneer, almost like saffron, like you name it, like literally almost everything that comes of India, like most of those things are scammed in North India. And cleanliness, looking at the street food and all of those videos, people come from overseas, influencers come to India just to build their fan following. For that, one side they'll do all of these friendly videos, on the other side they'll show the ugly side of India, and they'll show like how unhygienic these food is, like how people are eating here. And one guy got sick and he went to the hospital and he posted a complete series of videos with that. He's making money. People are making money with what we do here. We are like a circus. We are acting like clowns, and people are making money with that. And I'm not okay with that, because this is not just affecting you. This is not affecting only a small portion. It is affecting almost everyone. 110 crore people. It is affecting every one of us. And recent deportation, the C7 flight landed in Amritsar. They didn't land on South India. Most of the people came out of that flight from Punjab, Maharashtra and Gujarat. I'm not saying that South Indians are superior, they don't do scams or anything like that. Nurses from Kerala actually defrauded our banks in Middle East and they ran away and all that for 700 crores. So we're not actually supporting it. Put them in jail. So they are ruining the image of India. Let India give that money back. Take the money from these guys, seize all their properties, give that money back. Preserve our image. This is more important than these scammers running away. The government should actively work and catch these guys and put them in jail. And also, a lot of Telugu people go with a lot of fake documents. We're not actually denying it. We're not saying that all South Indians are superior or we are better or anything like that. The one thing is like we are very shy people. Most of the South Indians are very shy people. We don't go into the streets with loud music or shouting or things like that. We don't like people looking at us. So maybe that is a characteristics of us, is basically keeping us away from all of these videos and stuff like that. And then Australian universities, 10 years ago, they banned few states, people from coming from few states. So those states are basically Punjab, Haryana, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh. Why these universities have to ban specific states? Because people coming from there come with fake documents. They come here just to drive taxi. They don't care about getting a master's degree or settling down with a job specific to their job profile or skill set, because all of those things are fake. They just come here, stay as an illegal immigrant maybe, and then just do cash in hand. They don't care. And what is it affecting it? The rest of the people from those states and also people coming from south as well, the image of them is actually getting degraded as well. And then fake degrees, fake documents. People are actually taking these fake documents and fake degrees and going outside of India as well, not just using it. So recently there is like some doctors who got caught with fake degrees in Gujarat. So these things are not just staying within India. So they ran away from India and trying to apply for skilled jobs and crucial jobs in overseas, and then they're going along with this fake degrees and they're getting caught. And that is actually creating a bad image for good hard-working doctors and engineers who's coming out of India. And then pissing in Thailand beach. That was a recent news where seen like a few Indians pissing on beach. Why would people do that? And that is in national news, not even national, international news. And you see, one thing we have to understand is, guys, the physical presence of India is small. Even though it has got 110 crore people and it's like a huge piece of land, it's still small compared to the online presence of India. Because let's say out of 110 crore, even if you take like around 20 crore, 30 crore people, each of them will have, let's say, at least 100 to 200 followers in Instagram. They're going to post something, and that is going to not just reach those 100 people, it will reach literally thousands and thousands of people. And that is basically the image of India, because that image is going to resonate in those foreign countries inside the parliaments as well. There could be some real advantage for Indians. Let's say, for example, India has got the youthful population in the world, so they need that sort of muscle power. So that country might be saying that, okay, why can't we allow some immigrants to come into the country to help us out with some labor jobs or skill jobs or something like that. And now rest of that's not some one person's decision. So there has to be a voting in the parliament, and there will be like voted by like around 50 people or 100 people. And those 100 people most likely will be seeing the videos and the hate India gets in the comment section. And what they will think, okay, if I vote for this thing and if Indians come in, next time people not going to vote for me because I made a wrong decision. And that is how it is going to affect for us. And then if you go to a job interview, people try to say like, okay, why do we have to take this Indian and this guy is going to come with a deodorant or something like that, you know, just typical stereotypical hate. And then we're going to lose those opportunities as well. And similarly, there was another incident, Indian influencer. Again, he is from North and he played a very loud music in the flight, and it has got so much of shares and likes around Instagram, and so many people have commented on it and stuff like that. And I don't understand, like, say he looks like an educated guy and what he thinks he's gonna get by doing that and posting that in his own Instagram as well. Seriously, these people don't realize or they purposely do it because they don't like India or something like that. And then playing cards in middle of the flight where everyone is sleeping and then annoying everyone. See guys, the things that we should be famous is like before 2005, before I come to Australia, there was a huge flood in Chennai. The first people to come to the streets with fully prepared to help people out are Punjabis. Since they came with food, blankets, lights, everything. They came with everything. They supported people, and that is not the first incident. I've seen them repeatedly on every disaster that happens. Every time I go there to help people out, I see them there with fully prepared, with a small van, with everything ready to go. So that's a sort of mindset, that's a golden heart there right now. But when I come to Australia, I see the same Punjabis coming with fake documents, doing all sort of stuff, don't pay tax, do cash in hand, and then stay illegally and then get deported and whatnot. You know, why Punjabis could have took the same golden heart here instead of doing all of these things. They could have created a beautiful image of India. People have adored them. People have given them more jobs. People have paid them more. And even now, what I feel very sad about it is like if you go to US or London or Australia, if you go to a Louis Vuitton store, some premium store, most of the sales guys will not come to an Indian guy. If there is a Chinese walks by right next to you, they'll come and talk to her or him. Who's responsible for that particular thing? Why do we have to look different? Both India and China started in the same place 70-50 years ago. Now forget about like say, oh, which politician did. Please don't go into that plight, because whichever politician comes in, your state is not going to change. You pay more for petrol, you pay more taxes, your state of life is not going to change. So don't bring in your politics here. I'm just looking at what we could do as people, as citizens of India, like how we could actually do it better and what we could have done. So every time you see these videos, someone is frying a cow dung or eating cow dung, all of these things, ask him to take it out, report it. Let us not anyone ruin India's image. Let us take something action towards it, and then it's going to help your children's guys, because as coming forward, the next generation is going to be a lot more lazier compared to what we are right now. That is what the report says with Gen Zs and stuff. They don't have as good work ethics as the previous generation, 90s kids or 80s kids. I don't know how their future is going to be with the AI around the corner. So a lot of jobs going to change. The landscape is going to change. So on top of it, all of these things, the hate which basically we basically responsible for it, that's not the world that we want our children to be living in. So think about it. If I said something which has hurted you or something, I didn't mean to. It's just I want you to be actionable and let us all take some actions. And if I find any Tamil guy or a Telugu guy or any South Indian does the similar thing to spoil or ruin images of our country, I would really stand for it. I will condemn it. Let us all do the same thing. Okay, we'll catch up again in another video guys, and thank you so much for all the love and support. Cheers.